Imagine a prison built to hold an entire city's worth of people. A place of such immense scale, it almost defies belief. Now double it. Welcome to CECOT in El Salvador, the Terrorism Confinement Center. A mega prison designed for up to 40,000 inmates, making it one of the largest in the world. I'm standing at the edge of a story that sounds unreal until you see it. A story about a nation's desperate gamble to reclaim its future from the grip of unimaginable violence. To understand why this fortress was built, you have to understand the fear that preceded it. For decades, El Salvador was ravaged by gang warfare. Powerful groups like MS-13 and Barrio 18 didn't just commit crimes, they created parallel states. They controlled territory, extorted businesses, and enforced their own brutal laws. They controlled the buses, even entire towns. Life was dictated by invisible borders, and crossing the wrong street could be a death sentence. In March 2022, after a weekend of unprecedented bloodshed, the government declared a state of exception. This suspended certain constitutional rights, granting authorities sweeping powers for more arrests with fewer hurdles. The state needed a place to put the tens of thousands who were arrested. And so, in just 7 months, CECOT rose from the ground. It opened in early 2023. The first transfer videos went viral. Thousands of tattooed inmates, stripped of their gang identities, heads shaved, barefoot, handcuffed, moving in silence. The message was clear. The old order was over. The government promised safety by scale. Inside CECOT, everything is algorithmic. 8 identical pavilions, each a fortress within a fortress. The architecture is a weapon in itself. Rows of cells stacked like a concrete motherboard, designed for maximum control and minimum contact with the outside world. There are no windows in the cell blocks, no view of the sky, no sense of time passing, only the hum of ventilation and lights that never sleep. Inside each cell, metal bunks are packed tight, housing around 80 inmates in a space designed for far fewer. And watching over it all, a network of hundreds of cameras. Constant surveillance is a core principle. Every movement is monitored, every corridor observed. Some here are convicted of extortion, forcing shopkeepers to pay so-called protection rent. Others for homicide and weapons trafficking. Violent hits ordered and guns moved for gangs. These are the crimes that held a nation hostage. Outside these walls, the numbers changed fast. Homicides, once among the highest in the world, dropped to record lows. The government reported entire months without a single murder, a statistic once unthinkable. Curfews eased. People started staying out late again, reclaiming public spaces that had long been surrendered to the night. In many neighborhoods, a palpable sense of fear lifted. For the first time in a generation, children could play in the streets without their parents worrying about stray bullets or gang recruitment. But here's the tension: speed versus rights. The very state of exception that enabled this crackdown is at the heart of a fierce debate. Families say relatives vanished into the system, arrested on flimsy evidence or anonymous tips with no charges filed for months. Human rights groups warn about the erosion of due process, alleging that thousands of innocent people may be caught in this massive net. They point to severe overcrowding and reports of abuse. The state says, look at the murder rate. Look at the peace in our streets. Critics say, look at the cost to freedom, to justice, to the very soul of the law. So, does a mega prison fix the problem or just hide it? Can you compress this much chaos into concrete and cameras and expect it to simply disappear? Or does the pressure just build where you can't see it, inside these cells? inside communities that have lost sons and fathers, inside the law itself. CECOT is more than walls and wire. It's a profound national bet, a bet on scale. Perhaps it's a blueprint for other nations facing similar crises, or perhaps it's a warning about the choices a society makes when pushed to the brink. The question for all of us is a difficult one. If you lived here, would you trade some freedom for safety? Or is that a bargain you should never have to make? This is a complex issue with no easy answers. We want to know what you think. Drop your take in the comments. Please keep the discussion respectful, because this story isn't over, and the next chapter will be written by what people, both inside and outside El Salvador, decide is acceptable right now.